Okay, well, I wasn't planning on making another video right now because I was going to go hit the gym, but my last video worked. So, yay, I'm going to take advantage of this while I can before my Wi-Fi cuts out again. This is a little bit about my story. I might turn it off halfway because I didn't make it through last time I was trying to tell my story. I'll try and skip the, emotional dragging on through it. Because I'm not very good at that stuff, and it's kind of hard for me to talk about what I've been through. So I played soccer for 15 years. It was my outlet when I was a kid. I wasn't very good in school. I was diagnosed with ADHD in 8th grade, and going through which medicines worked, what didn't, having panic attacks, gaining weight, losing my appetite, all the changes that come with taking new medication when I was young. And soccer was always there for me. It's what I did. I was a goalkeeper from, rec soccer when I was in kindergarten and my dad was my coach. My friends remember the first time that I was in goal, I ran away from the ball, and they will never let me live it down. When I was in high school, I'm not gonna lie, I got hurt a lot. And I have broken bones and bruises and lumps all over my body, scars to be able to prove it. But at some point in my career, I suffered some pretty bad injuries. And my senior year, it got to the point where I couldn't even lift my arms anymore above my shoulder. I couldn't raise my hand in class. I couldn't play anymore. So I started seeing a doctor, and seeing different doctors, and they took x-rays and MRIs and everything you can imagine, physical therapy, and the pain just kept getting worse. I finally went to see a doctor based out of the Princeton Medical Center. For anyone who has shoulder problems or joint problems and can't find a good doctor or is looking for someone, please send me an email. I will thank God for this doctor every single day of my life, because thanks to him and his team, I am able to have a normal life again. He was the only doctor who believed me with how much pain I was in. And he didn't take x-rays, he didn't take MRIs, he said, if you're in this much pain, let's do it. So, December 23rd of 2009, I went in for my first shoulder surgery. As soon as they opened up my shoulder, they had found a tear in my labrum, which for you guys that aren't medical people, I will explain it the best I can. You have your shoulder's like this, cup of your shoulder, ball and socket joint, whatever. Your labrum goes right around it, or at least that's what I understand, because I'm not a doctor either. That had torn, and I also had, all my tendons and ligaments were loose. So he stitched me up. He got me going with that. I was in a sling for 3 months. Best Christmas I ever had, because I was so drugged up that I had no idea. I got some pretty horrible gifts that year. Striped sweaters, videos of me opening those. Thought they were the best thing ever. But the rehab for that was about a year. And then I was still having pain in my left shoulder at the time. So no x-rays again, MRIs. I called up my doctor. I said, hey, I'm having problems with my left shoulder. It's still hurting. What can we do? February 11th, 2011, I went in and got my left shoulder done. And as it turned out, my left shoulder was even worse. My labrum had actually torn off the bone and started to fray. I now have a hook and a screw in my shoulder, which is awesome when you go through the x-ray machine, through airport security. Anyone who has metal in their body knows that that's great, standing them see there waiting for that x-ray to come through. Fun times. Very fun times. But I'll stop trying to be the tough person that I was or am. And after my surgeries, I was told that I couldn't play soccer anymore. And those were a couple of the hardest years of my life, being told that I couldn't do that. In those 2 years, I gained 25 pounds from a combination of being depressed and not getting help for it and not being able to play. I didn't care. I didn't want to be out. I didn't want to see my friends. I had a horrible, horrible freshman year in college. Yeah, I made some great friends, but I mean, I had mono. I missed 5 weeks and couldn't work out, and that was before I even got my first surgery done. The end of my freshman year before finals, I was rushed to the emergency room with croup. Stopped breathing, woke up in a hospital about 4 or 5 hours later, and, texted my mom at 5 o'clock in the morning and said, I'm okay, I'm in the hospital, but I'm okay. I never wanted to put anyone in my life through that again, ever. That didn't go too well. But it sucked, and it really did. I won't lie, y'all. When you love something and it gets taken away from you like that, it's hard, and it is. And I'll be the first one to tell you that. But so I didn't get help. I ended up getting into a bad relationship. I moved back in with my parents after that. Finally thought I was getting back on my feet, got a great job, moved out of my parents' house, was living on my own, but my depression just kept getting worse and worse, because I couldn't exercise. I was gaining weight, I was eating bad food, and it got to the point where I was working 19 hours a day just so I didn't have to be home. And I was slowly killing myself. I was getting sick all the time. It was horrible. And thank God my parents kind of picked up on it. And they were nice enough to be there for me and support me in it. And so that's that. So I would say about 8 months ago or so, I started taking medicine for my depression, and as you guys know who have been in that situation, it is an up and down, trying to find out what medication works, what doesn't, how your mood changes, not fun stuff. And unfortunately, my parents were moving, and they didn't want to leave me in New Jersey by myself, and I don't tell them enough. I told them for the first time on Wednesday that it was the best decision they could have ever made for me, was to say, hey, we want you to come down here. So in August of 2013, I picked up everything, and I moved down here to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, my new home. My whole family's here, and it's the best thing I've ever done. It really is. My cousin, God bless her, my first weekend here, handed me a running schedule. It has coffee stains all over it, but I write it up on my calendar, and she got me training for a half marathon. And it really is thanks to her that my fitness journey started. I was 210 pounds when I got here, and if you guys check out my blog, you can see my pictures from then. The blog? I'll put them on my blog. I don't think they're there now, but I can put them there. But so she got me into that, and with her support, my family's support, my boyfriend's support, I've lost 25 pounds. I'm 185 pounds now, and I'm so excited to get ready to do Beachbody. Seeing these men and women, their positivity, their motivation, dedication to this, it really is a family. I'm truly honored to be a part of it. And you know what? I won't lie to y'all. Yeah, you know what? The best advice I ever got was sometimes stuff sucks. It does. Sometimes it does. And you just got to keep pushing through, because it gets better. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not like next year, but it does get better. I promise. You work hard enough for it, good things will happen. And you're talking to someone who's been through a lot, and up until a few months ago, I never thought that good thing for me would happen, and it has. And you just gotta roll with it. You gotta roll with the punches through the ups and downs. That's what life is about. And I really hope that I can be an inspiration and a motivation to some people. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm perfect. I eat junk food. I have my cheat days. I have days where I lay on this wonderful couch and cuddle with my cats and do nothing. And from those of you who saw my last video, my cat is completely passed out at this point. He's out. He is down for the count. I have 2, but the other one hates people. He's done. He doesn't care. He knows I've been sitting here for the past hour, not going to the gym, trying to make these stupid videos. But join me on my journey. My ups and downs, hard times, good times. I'll tell you all about it. Thank you for listening again. And just remember, there's always going to be someone there for you. Those of you that don't know me and you want to, see what I'm into, like I said, look at my website below. It's beachbodycoach.com/Jen Robichaux. Yeah, I know. Don't even try and sound that out and spell it. Just look below. Check it out. There's a lot of good stuff on there. There's recipes. There's Shakeology. I'm totally pumped to get my Shakeology. I'm making a PB&J shake. Don't care what what time of day my Shakeology comes in on Friday. That is the first thing I'm making. But join me for the ride, guys. Thanks.